Happy birthday, Stokke Tripp Trapp! Here is a full review of the Stokke Tripp Trapp high chair. Hey everybody, it's me, Ellie from Magic Beans Videos, and I'm so excited because this iconic product that I'm sitting on right now, the Stokke Tripp Trapp high chair, is 50 years old. That's right. In 1972, Peter Opsvik, the inventor of the Stokke Tripp Trapp, designed this chair to be a chair that grows with a child. It's an eco-friendly product and it encourages family bonding, and I'm going to be showing you a full review of this Tripp Trapp high chair. And so I'm sitting on the special edition Ash variety. Now, this video is being published in May of 2022 in the anniversary year, and this Ash variety may not be available by the time you watch this in the future. Hello, future people. But if it is available, you should scoop it up because it is absolutely beautiful. The texture, the grain that you can see on this ash wood is so gorgeous. It's going to look amazing in your home. And that's not to say that the normal Tripp Trapp is not a great solid piece of furniture, but this Ash 50th Anniversary Edition 1 is really terrific. So now that I've tempted you with the Ash one, let me grab the normal natural Tripp Trapp and show you all the features of the Tripp Trapp, and maybe that's the right high chair for you and for your family. Okay, so Peter Opsvik, like I said, created in 1972 the Stokke Tripp Trapp, and he even wrote this book called Rethinking Seating, and it's a book all about seating and posture in different ways to ergonomically have the ideal way of sitting. And what he wanted when he created this for his child was a chair that's super comfortable and that will grow with the child. So let's talk about growing with the child right now. So you can start using the Tripp Trapp at newborn. In fact, I have right here on this, back here, I have a newborn piece. So you can add the newborn to the Tripp Trapp and actually start using it from like when you get home from the hospital. So you put your little baby into the newborn, and the idea about this, again, it's about family bonding. So imagine if you are eating your meal. I will grab this. Just so you know, a Tripp Trapp holds up to 300 pounds. Do you see what I just did here? Do you see what I just did here? Let me just pause for a second. I sat down and I immediately crossed my legs, right? This is exactly the concept of the Tripp Trapp. So you'll see here that there's a very large footrest. And that is exactly and this goes back to the book with the Rethinking Seating, that children, when they sit down in a seat, need a comfortable place to land their feet, right? We sit down in these positions and we want to be comfortable when we are eating or interacting with other people. And if you have a very shallow or small footrest, or if the feet dangle, it's just going to make you super uncomfortable. So by having a very large footrest, it's going to have the child sit longer. And there's studies that show, again, this is a 50-year-old product, it reduces childhood obesity, it includes social awareness with other family members. It does all of these things. Again, from newborn, if I'm sitting here eating my meal and I have a newborn baby, am I going to take a baby and put him on a bouncy seat on the floor or some other place on the side? No. If I had a newborn set, I'm like on my phone or on my computer or eating my meals, and here is my baby right next to me. If I'm like cooking dinner, I can have the baby right next to me, super safe, right there from newborn. But like I said, this is a high chair, and this may not be what you pictured when you're thinking about a high chair. You may have thought about a big plastic high chair, but again, you would start this at kids start eating about like 5 or 6 months or so. Check your pediatrician for the current recommendation of when your child should start eating. But it comes with this little Allen wrench, this Allen key, and what you're able to do is you just kind of like loosen these little screws on the side, and what you can see is these, oopsie. Okay, what you can do is you can loosen the sides and you can move these up and down. So when your child is, when you use this from 6 months, you put this in the first slot, and you would put this in the fifth slot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in the 5th slot or sometimes the 6th slot, depending on the right size of your child. And you want to make sure that the footrest is not forward of the legs. You just want to right shy of the legs, because you don't want the feet and the toes to be in an awkward position. You want the child's feet to be flush and flat with the footrests, again, for the optimal position. And then what you do, and you want the seat to be about, I'd say about 2 inches from the actual trip trap, and then you tighten it again, tighten it again. Pro tip, I normally take a little piece of tape and tape the Allen wrench right underneath the seat, so you always have it, because that's just something that I've always done. I use this with all 3 of my children. My kids were imagine 7, 5, and 1 at some point, and they were all sitting around using trip traps around my table. And again, what I would do, even for 7-year-olds, I would take that footrest and lower it. And in the manual for the trip trap, they have the right positions optimally for seating. But what you would do is you'd add a baby set to this and a tray. Now, this seat is not necessarily invented. When Peter Opswick invented this product, he did not want to envision this sitting in the side of your kitchen and eating Cheerios from a tray. He envisioned sitting up to the table, and this is designed to sit up to the table. Note, this is not counter height, this is table height. And you sit it up to the table, and you sit and you bond with your child. So they've added accessories to this over the years, like a baby set and a tray. Let me show you. The harness, the 5-point harness, I have this in yellow, but this comes in lots of different colors, is part of the baby set, and this is how this works. What you do is you just slip this right on, like that, and it stays right in like that. And then you take this piece, you sort of put it under, and then there's a little slot right there in the middle, and you pop it in. Great, so you have this baby set. So if you want to, you can just push this up, put your child in the 5-point harness, 6 months, 7 months, etc. They don't even need the tray. But if you want to get the tray, and you just clip it on, and this you can just, if you want to use this like a traditional high chair, like we would in America, keep it in your kitchen, you could totally use this with a tray. They also make a really cute little easy peasy silicone suction mat for it as well, which Stokke partnered with Easy Peasy for, so you can get that for this. So if you want to use this as a traditional chair, you can. But again, growing with the child. I also just want to mention about Stokke's commitment to the environment. It's so important, because yes, it encourages family bonding. Yes, it puts your child in the right ergonomic position, but also it is a product that really helps the planet, because this is made from sustainable forests. EU meets very high strict EU timber standards. This is made from solid beechwood. So the normal trip trap in this, or the whole array of colors, is a solid beechwood from the sustainable forest. In fact, you can track back the Stokke Tripp Trapp to the exact forest that this was harvested from, the sustainable forest, and it is manufactured close to the forest to decrease emissions. And also, in terms of growing the child, this is an heirloom quality product. This is not going to create waste. This is not going to go in a landfill. This is going to stay in your home into adulthood, or you'll use this and pass this down for your grandchildren. My trip traps are in my basement, and I'm not ready. I'm not even close to being ready to be a grandparent, but when I am, I will have the same trip traps that I used with my own children. So happy birthday, Stokke. These are available at mbeans.com. I've also done a roundup of the different types of Stokke high chairs. They also make a steps and a click, which you can see on the channel. I will see you at the next video.